Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. I know it looks very similar to the last video, but it is in fact a different day here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm on another hike with Buster. Gonna narrate some more footage from my more recent trip down to San Francisco Bay. While I was there, I had to eat, I had to feed myself. And in this episode, I'm gonna show you how I made some bread. I've got a little oven on the boat, pretty decent oven actually. So this is the story of how I made bread on Dagny, and Buster's there with me. All right, welcome back to a limited headroom production where we are going to make some ancient flour bread today on the boat. Buster is here. Where is he? Say hi, Buster. So yeah, Buster's here, and we're gonna make some bread. Like I said, it's a heritage grain, hand cultivated, stone ground, freshly milled ancient and heritage grain. At this point in the process, I waffle on for quite some time explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing, but the long and short of it is that there's a lot of gluten intolerance in my family. And I'm always looking for the, the underlying cause of this, because it's not something that we've seen throughout history. It's something that's very modern, which means, to me anyway, I'm no genius, but it means to me that it's because we're doing something different. We're not getting the nutrients we need to be healthy, and instead we're eating a bunch of crap. Yeah, so the main reason that I'm using this wild Einkorn, basically Einkorn flour, or an ancient wheat flour, is because of the health benefits. Yeah, I saw a video actually it was on Roman soldiers and what they would do when they were on missions. They would go out marching days and days and days. They each carried with them a small knife, like a little mini sickle. And it was specifically for collecting grains along the way. And they'd have to collect grains for their animals as well, but they would actually have to go out individually. This wasn't somebody's job, this was everybody's responsibility. They'd go out into the fields and collect enough grain for themselves to make enough bread, and then they'd process that grain right there by themselves and then make their own bread. And bread was like 60 to 70% of their diet. When you learn about this stuff, you never hear about the Roman civilization, for example, dealing with like massive overweight problems and gluten intolerances and all kinds of food allergies. And the reason is because they were using the original, natural, wildly grown grain. All right. Enough about these ingredients already. Use whatever flour you want. Let's make some bread. I'm just gonna do basic bread. So that's the 4 ingredients are flour, water, bit of sugar, bit of salt, and that's it. I'm also gonna be adding some yeast to it. I've got some of this instant fast acting yeast, so we shouldn't have to wait too long for this thing to rise. And then we're going to put it in these individual little dish things that I have here, and we're going to actually make kind of like bread rolls. Like, hopefully they'll be nice little rolls. We're going to do 3 cups of flour to 1 cup of water, bit of salt, bit of sugar, bit of yeast. What I like to do though is I like to mix the flour and the salt, and then mix the water and the yeast and the sugar and let that sit for, I don't know, 10 minutes before mixing that in with the flour, and that kind of like activates the yeast, so it gets it going. Anyway, I don't know where I learned that. Probably YouTube, if I had to guess. And then here on the boat, I don't really have anything else, so I'm just gonna I got these little packets of sugar. The only salt I have on the boat is this grinder, so I'm going to just grind a whole bunch of that. Oh wait, I actually have Himalayan pink sea salt, so we can add some of that. pink shit. I just mixed the salt and the flour before adding the water. I'm curious if anybody else does the same technique or if that's just something I made up. I don't know. All right, then I'm just going to add these ingredients. This flour is quite coarse compared to other flours that you might have used. And the exact ratio as far as water is concerned is something that you have to kind of see how it goes. It's feeling kind of dry at the moment. And the only other ingredient that I need to add to this is approximately a tablespoonful, maybe a bit more, of oil. A tiny bit of canola oil. I guess that's what I'm using. I'm just going a heaping tablespoonful of oil. I think that'll be enough. I don't know. And a bit more water. It's got a real, like, nutty aroma. Okay, I'm not going to overdo it. It looks pretty well incorporated. Let the yeasty things do their bidding. So I used a full packet of yeast. This is like the little instant yeast packets. And on the packet it says that you're supposed to leave the dough to rise for approximately an hour. Theoretically, it should be warm. It wasn't that cold on this day, but I did set it outside in the sun with a little thing over it, with a cloth over it. Okay, so it's been about an hour since I set the dough outside to rise. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's risen a little bit. I've got these 4 dishes that are like this. These are like little plates that I bought a long time ago. The brand is Einkorn. They got a cool little anchor on the bottom. I think that's why I bought them originally, is because they had an anchor on it. Okay, so I spent entirely way too long talking about my dishware here, so I'll just basically I'm using 4 little dishes to make 4 individual bread rolls. And then theoretically that's like, 4 days worth of bread right there. A roll a day. What do you think, Buster? I bet you'd like them. What do you think? What do you think, Buster? Yeah? Is baking fun? It is? Okay. Okay, so as you can see, I've got them all tucked into the oven. So what we're going to do is start up the oven now. And basically we want to get it up to approximately 375, 400. Right, Buster? What temperature should we have it at? What temperature? So yeah, we're gonna do that for a while. So we've come up to temperature. The rolls have definitely kind of expanded. They should take about a half an hour from this moment. I've also got my dinner on the main hob going. Some pasta with some vegetables in there. And I'm melting down some butter from my cheesy sauce. It's going on top of all this. Should be a nice little dinner. All right, it's been over half an hour. Hard shells, so I think we're good. Well, what do you think? Too hot to try. We might have just created a bunch of cannonballs. Buster, what do you think? Cannonballs? Well, they did end up looking like cannonballs, but I did end up eating every last little crumb of these things. They were pretty damn good, I gotta say. This is the flour that I used. I don't know if you can see any of that. It says it's for biscotti, cakes, and pasta, but we used it for bread, and it was good. I liked it. Here are the actual. That's what became of the bread rolls. I made 4 of those. You didn't get to see any of that. There's my cheesy toast. Now I'm going to put it back under the broiler. Try not to fry. I think it's done. Cheesy toast on homemade bread. It's really good. The bread is really dense. So yeah, these little rolls, they probably don't look that appetizing, you know. They don't look nearly as nice as the ones you can buy in the store, that's for sure. But again, they really nourish you. So it doesn't take much from one of these guys to fill you up and keep you going for quite some time. That's why I made them. I wanted some sort of food that I could easily take with me, that would last a few days without refrigeration, and that would provide some nutrients when I was on the road or on the boat. And that's exactly what they did. Now, I've perfected this recipe a little bit since then, and I got a good source for some ancient flour up here in Bellingham, so maybe we'll do another bread baking video at some point. But it has so much flavor. It's okay that it's like imperfect bread, if you know what I mean. Like as I'm eating this, my body it just can feel ancient grain. All right, well, thank you so much for watching another one of Buster&Seaton's adventures. Like I said in my previous video, we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff together. A lot of it's going to be on the boat. A lot of it's going to be around sailing, but a lot of it is going to just be around other things that me and Buster are into. So thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Please, if you haven't been here before, like and subscribe and share it with your friends. All that stuff helps dramatically, and me and Buster would really appreciate it. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.